In a world brimming with technological marvels and unprecedented connectivity, a chasm of a different kind continues to widen, one that cleaves society not by geography, but by wealth. On one side stand the billionaires, figures of immense power and influence, often seen as architects of our modern world. On the other, the vast majority of the global population, many of whom view these titans of industry with a complex mixture of admiration, suspicion, and outright resentment. This growing divide in perception shapes our headlines, fuels our political debates, and forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about fairness, opportunity, and the very structure of our society. Why has the figure of the billionaire become such a polarizing symbol in our collective consciousness? At the heart of this societal fracture lie deep-rooted economic factors. The stark reality of rising wealth inequality, where a small fraction of the population controls a disproportionate amount of global capital, forms the primary backdrop. For many, this isn't merely an abstract statistic. It's a lived experience of stagnant wages, soaring costs of living, and a sense that the system is fundamentally rigged. The perception of unfairness is further amplified by complex tax systems that often seem to favor the ultra-wealthy, allowing them to legally minimize their contributions while middle-class families bear a heavier burden. This economic disparity creates a fertile ground for distrust, fostering a narrative where the success of the few is seen as coming at the direct expense of the many. Beyond the economic data, a powerful psychological current runs through this debate. Feelings of envy and frustration are natural human responses when confronted with such extreme disparities in lifestyle and opportunity. The constant exposure to the lavish lives of the ultra-rich through social media can transform aspiration into a sense of inadequacy and anger. Furthermore, there are profound misunderstandings on both sides. Many people struggle to comprehend the scale of $1 billion, leading to misinterpretations of how wealth is generated and managed, often assuming it's a hoard of cash rather than complex investments and assets. Conversely, the wealthy may be insulated from the daily struggles of ordinary people, leading to a disconnect that can appear as apathy or a lack of understanding. The societal impact of this growing animosity is significant and far-reaching. It erodes social cohesion, replacing a sense of shared community with one of conflict and polarization. This climate of distrust can paralyze political discourse, making it nearly impossible to have productive conversations about economic policy, taxation, or social welfare. When every debate is framed as a zero-sum battle between the haves and the have-nots, the potential for compromise and constructive solutions diminishes. Moreover, this intense focus on the morality of individual billionaires can distract from systemic issues, focusing our collective energy on vilifying figures, rather than addressing the underlying structures that enable such extreme wealth concentration in the first place. Ultimately, bridging this divide isn't about choosing sides in a simplistic battle of good versus evil. It requires a commitment to moving beyond a surface-level anger and engaging in a more nuanced and constructive dialogue. This means critically examining the systems that create such vast inequalities, while also fostering a deeper understanding of the complex roles that wealth, innovation, and philanthropy play in our world. The path forward demands not the condemnation of individuals, but a collective effort to build a more equitable and just society where opportunity is not dictated by the circumstances of one's birth. The real challenge is to reshape the conversation, transforming it from a source of division into a catalyst for meaningful change.